Greetings and salutations, everybody. Good day from Australia. This is Noppers, and this is Hell Let Loose, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start the round 2, I guess we would call it, Hell Let Loose seasonal competition. This is a Chimera versus BST2, and I'm excited. This is my first one officially. I streamed, of course, last weekend with Colonel Matthews from the 10th. And he's a good egg, and he's doing some streams this weekend as well for the seasonal. But I managed to get through and get signed up for the seasonal, and here I am. And this is exciting. Of course, there's our two logos. The lingo is Australian. These are the two logos for Chimera and BST2, and we're playing on sainte-mere-eglise tonight. So if we just rip that up quickly and have a quick look at it, you can see there, of course, the main points to remember in the middle of the map there: a hospice up the top, sainte-mere-eglise in the middle, and then what is it? God, I can't remember what the bottom one's called. Checkpoint. That's right. Mini screen over this side, by the way. I'm looking at the main screens here. Anyway, what can I tell you about these? Well, you know, you can see that we're flying over the map at the moment. Let's get rid of that. And we might just drop those two logos off quickly, and just as we fly around sainte-mere-eglise, realise that it's a very open map in a lot of areas, and then it's real tight around the city kind of areas. So for that first part where we're talking about hospice, checkpoint, and sainte-mere-eglise, hospice and checkpoint specifically have a couple of open areas for tanks to manoeuvre around, and then they've got a little bit of building area there as well, which gets some nice tight infantry action and artillery smashing in amongst it. It all looks very cool, to be honest. The difference with sainte-mere-eglise, of course, is it's a giant city, isn't it? So very hard for tanks to manoeuvre in there, but lots of infantry fighting, lots of blowing shit up. The reason I focus on those areas, of course, because that's what everyone's going to be racing towards at the start of the match, is that particular area, and you know, that's important for us to understand. Whoever takes that first cap, that kind of sets the tone for what's going to happen. If it's a hard-fought cap at the start, well, you know, that makes it a really interesting battle. Where it's an easy cap or an easy press and win, that makes it hard for the defending team then to try and hold the next point over. Now, we've seen Chimera play on this point before, and I'm just sort of looking at stuff over here on the side, by the way, as I'm watching what's going on and waiting for the match to start and all these sorts of things. And it should be starting in, well, any time now. So we'll chat for a little bit here, and then as soon as it gets going, we'll get going. But what I was going to say there was Chimera have played on this recently. I streamed a match with them. I can't unfortunately remember who they were playing against, but it was fighting over hospice. And what they did was they ran in a whole bunch of infantry at the same time as the opposition team. They managed to blow up a truck on the way in, I think. And then we saw them run a Panzer IV into the point. And it provided fire support while the infantry moved out from there. And effectively what they ended up doing was a bit of a blitzkrieg, where they swept out from hospice with infantry with fire support from the tank, and then they kept sweeping, and they ran a Panzer IV and a Puma around and swept down towards the graveyard, and the opposition team just had no answer for that. And it was a blitzkrieg all the way through to the end. So that was brilliant play for them. So I'm going to look to see what they do here. We know Chimera certainly has a bit of an attacking style about them. There's a lot of players there that are very aggressive players in the way they play their match, and they work their strats pretty hard. There's some interesting things here. I'm not all about Chimera, though. I also look for the other team as well, which is BST2, and I've been talking to Fortis Leader in the last few days anyway, and he's given me a whole bunch of information, so I'm looking forward to talking about that for them. They do have a video. If we get that up, we'll have a look-see at that in a second. Let's get that across here. How long is their promo video? So it's a 1-minute promo video. I'll let that play. So let's go full screen. Let's go across to monitors, left-hand side. We'll drop off the sainte-mere-eglise video. We'll drop off those two. A left-hand side monitor. Can I please? Why is that not working? That's doing my... I'm going the wrong way. All right. So we'll just... Well, map's changing here. Sorry, BST, can't do your video. We're going to get on into the live side of things here. And as I said before, this is Chimera versus BST2. So looking forward to this. It should be a good matchup. BST2 are a bit of an unknown to me because I haven't streamed their matches yet, and I generally tend to do a lot of matches. I've just got to find my squad here, by the way, as we get into this. I do a lot of matches for Chimera. I'm sort of learning the community as I go across the globe, noting that I do stream in the HCA as well. So it's kind of cool that I've managed to get into the seasonal here. I've got a few others that I do as well. But let's look at this. The point is checkpoint tonight. Let's get myself into a position and have a look straight up and get across to checkpoint. Now, what do we know about checkpoint? Specifically, there are 2 lines of supply, we will call them, as we sweep in. That's the 2 roads that feed into checkpoint. I'll just swing around here and have a look at the south side of it. So, get up and get that good eyeball view here. What I'm talking about for the 2 lines of supply, from Maison de Creek, we can see that line coming in across here. That is one line of supply. For the other one, it's coming in this way. And normally there's a point there, I can't remember what it's called, Rue de something or other. But they'll use that as a garrison staging point and run troops in that way. This area here, just north of checkpoint, I'll just focus in on it now. That's this area here. The south side of sainte-mere-eglise itself, this is a pretty important area to focus on as a defending or attacking team. And the reason is because it gives you some sort of overwatch. I'll just slow down the mouse there and have a little bit of a look at the ground level here. You can see how you can see down over the point there from both sides, but only to a certain distance. The interesting thing is there's a couple of holes like that one just there that we can see in front of me through the trees. That's where you want to be shooting from up top. So we're going to see both teams try and control that north area. Down the south here, there's a big wheat field there and not much over this side. And we'll see a lot of tank stuff and a lot of AT gun stuff happening down that way. Right, we're ripping through here and we're having a look. We're seeing a couple of in the truck there, supply truck there. There's the recon tank. They're all sort of staying south. There's that recon tank up north. That's a light tank, by the way, not a recon. There's another tank there, and there's another tank there. There's a truck there, and there's a small squad worth down here. Not sure what's happening there. I think they might have just lost a few people. Is that what just happened? Was that pre-artillery? I don't know. We'll just rip across and have a quick look at the artillery setup, see what's going on over here. This is Chimera, and they've started to set up there, a couple of barricades as well. They're trying to protect themselves. Racing over the other side of the map real quick, try and get this done as quick as I can. I've got 30 seconds to get as much information jammed in as possible because I am solo streaming tonight. Now, St. Pepsi is doing the BST side. Have a look over here. A little barricade down the south end. Not much else happening there. I'm interested to see what these guys have done along the spawn-in line, though. So let's have a look. There's a truck up north. Okay, they're going for early one and a recon tank up north. Okay, so they're doing very similar to what Chimera do. Or vice versa, maybe Chimera following them. 7 and 8 in that truck there. Okay, lots of trucks down south, another tank down there, and then a very southerly push with a bunch as well. Okay, so we're spread out pretty evenly there for BST, whereas the majority of Chimera seem to be on the south side of the map. That's going to be interesting. Let's watch what happens here. As we're away, folks, 1 hour and 26 minutes left. Well, just over 1 hour and 26 minutes left, and we know the first 10 minutes is absolutely exciting and brutal. So really keen to watch what happens here now as the 2 teams push in. We can see the Chimera guys spreading out a little bit there. Way up north there, they've got the 4. I'm wondering what will happen when they hook in on that truck, and I really wish I had another camera to look up there for you. I don't, I'm sorry. There's an early shot from something. Just need to point out as well, Axis and Allies, I'm on the Axis side here, so Axis are blue through this match, and up the top of the screen there you can see Chimera's logo with the Axis symbol. On the right-hand side, the BST2 guys are Allies, and they'll be red/orange, whatever colour you want to call it, throughout the entire match. Here we are starting to get into that point though now where we're about 200 metres away from each other. There's pre-artillery landing in. It's just whack next to that truck. Well, yes, it has picked up some. Nice little pre-artillery there, picking up a few of the guys as they come in from the BST team. And they're, oh no, that is great shooting. Absolutely brilliant artillery. Preempted artillery there. Took out the entire truck. That's really going to set it back. That rocket, first rocket misses there. Back rocket, counter rocket as well. Panic's trying to push in now. There's the Greyhound pushing in now. That second rocket's missed. There's a rocket shooting over. God knows where that one's going to. Preemptive, bam. That's a truck gone as well. Chimera seem to have the upper hand here. They've killed quite a few. There's a shot going down the south there for the truck down the south. There's the recon tank there. The Stuart tank, sorry, is pushing through there from the Allied side, from the BST2 guys. And it's pretty even on the point right now. What an impressive start from both teams here. There's that south truck now that's been blown up. artillery smashing in there. We can see a lot of the BST guys coming in. Geez, that sounds quite loud, isn't it? We might just have to bring that down a little bit. Just sorry about that. We'll just bring it down a little bit. There we go. So I don't want to overdo the sound. That might be actually an in-game problem. I had it turned up the other day. God damn it, quickly, he says. There we go. We've set that up now, and we've got this looking quite nice. And Chimera just starting to take the advantage on the point. You can see the Stuart. There's two Stuarts. Two Stuarts on the point. That's an interesting strat there. Early light tanks on the point. We know, of course, there's a Panzer IV running around, and there it is down south. And I'll watch to see what happens. There's a Luke's in there doing its little shooty shoots. Angry Luke's has nothing to run up at. Chimera have got the swarm going on here quite nicely. Just have a quick look up north. You can see that recon tanks up there doing things. Maybe they've run into that enemy recon tank. I'm not sure. Shots fired in here. We're going to have to get across there to get a little bit closer here. The Panzer IV down south. There's so much action going on right now. Absolutely. There's the Luke's gone. That's a great shot. Someone just killed that Luke's. Probably one of the Stuarts picked up that Luke's. That's a lovely kill there. I can hear something shooting over the back there as well from the right-hand side. There's artillery starting to come in from the BST guys and smash around the back of the point, but Chimera aren't there anymore. They're actually in the middle of the point now. That Stuart just got nailed pretty hard. Someone just died next to the Stuart. Caledonia's trying to come in and do the kill on that, but the two Stuarts are protecting each other. There's one just up to the right there, you can see, or center of screen, and there's one off to the left near Caledonia's. So Milk's there in the building. He's probably thrown down a satchel in that building, I would guess. He's an assault class, and a good satchel in there would probably pick up that Stuart. Caledonia's is going to try a frontal assault on that. Chimera, though, are picking up the point here quite nicely by the look of it, just with sheer weight of numbers at the moment. There's that satchel. There's the satchel on the Stuart. Well done there from Milk. He's picked up the satchel Stuart kill and now panics around on the other Stuart there. Those Stuarts are not protected by infantry. I find that fascinating with the number of infantry that are around here from BST2. They don't actually have protection on their two Stuarts. So a little bit overextended the Stuarts were. A great little first strat, but it's not going to pay off when you've got infantry calling around you putting satchels on you. So great kill from Milk. Probably a pretty critical kill there. It allows the North Force of Chimera, who were up in those buildings that I talked about before, to start to sweep into the point. All right, let's take a breath. We've had 7 minutes of the match, ladies and gentlemen, and there goes the other Stuart on the point itself. 2 impressive kills there from the anti-tank slash assault guys. The infantry have taken out those tanks. Well done for the Chimera guys, and first blood to Chimera. They've taken the point early. So now the Panzer IV has an uncontested run across the field there. I'm interested to see again what they do with it. We know that they usually work with infantry, they're having learned that lesson, but it seems to be extending out pretty hard. Maybe they know, because they know that the Stuarts are both dead and the tanks are all out, and they probably have an idea of where the 75 would be. I'm interested actually where that is as well, and I think I've said interested 3 times now in the last 5 minutes. There, up the north there's a rocket coming in. A bad shot though, but still woke that Panzer IV up. He's ripping into a few things down to the right hand side there, and they're trying to smash that back garrison stuff up. There's a flare going up as well there from the recon squad of BST2, who have been pushed right back. They've been pushed right back into the defensive zone of Masonda Creek. So that Panzer IV is now smashing the garrison at Masonda Creek and whatever else is there. It's just been tagged by something. You see it's burning there off to the right-hand side. Chimera are now consolidating checkpoint, really hammering BST2 right back here. Great to see, you know, the play that's going on here at the moment. And BST2 probably just been a little bit of a shell shock there. They'll just have to reset their play. They'll have to reset their play a little bit here, a little bit early, and just, you know, consolidate. So if we have a look at the map here, what's going on? Oh, look how deep these guys are. So they're hammering their artillery. That's nice. That's nice. That's what you want to do. In this level of comp, we're seeing quite a bit of challenge when it comes to killing the artillery. So, yeah, look, Butterdog's in there doing a bit of shelling, and he's got a bit of infantry protection around him as well from Knox. The Panzer IV's pushed all the way through here. So BST2 just need to consolidate this area here now and just try to control it back. They've got time. They've got an hour and 20 minutes to bring this back. You know, you look at the number of Garys up from Chimera. They've got their Gary game down pat, that's for sure. And as we go back to the action now, and you can see BST2 are doing exactly what I was just saying is important, and that is consolidating. So they've got some force down to the south there, holding that ground. They've got some force in the middle there on Masonda Creek. They're holding that ground. The Panzer IV's a little bit isolated there. He's running out, and he's got rockets coming at him from everywhere. He's probably going to die in a sec. I guess he's done his thing. Spherical, though, look at this play. Look at this play. So Spherical being an assault class, the little lightning bolt, that's what it is. He's going to be putting a satchel down there for sure. Let's get in and have a bit of a look and see what's going on. Surely he's got that satchel out. Have I got one down here anywhere yet? Nothing yet. So he's actually run all the way around the point. He's around the back of the building. God, the artillery's on him. That's interesting, isn't it? He's actually gone into the building. I want to see if he puts a satchel down. Oh, he's jumped a little. There's the Gary. There's the Gary. It's locked, so they know it's locked, and he's lying on that garrison. What a run-in. That is impressive play there. BST2 have really left the gap there, right in the middle there of the screen, where I'm looking right now. He's just run in through there with no contest whatsoever. That's pretty poor defence on their defensive point. There were so many of them chasing that tank up the north there. I'm assuming the tank's dead. Bugger me, it is not. So that tank has managed to survive through all of that infantry shooting at it, and is now, yeah, look, running around to run amok up there. They've lost the garrison on the point here, BST2. I'm going to assume those squad leaders are going to put up another one though, unless Spherical got the supplies. But what it's done, of course, it's pulled their forces back here to defend the point. There's the satchel. That's the satchel, surely. No, I don't think so. I don't know. That might have been an explosion from artillery. I'm not really sure. Oh, wow, that's impressive stuff. And here, look over here. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. There is a Panther, I'm guessing, just off next to Historian there, about 11 o'clock position. So he'd be putting fire support in on the point here. Geez, BST2 are in real trouble on the point. They're in real trouble on the point. The cemetery's a bit contested, and they've got a lot of infantry up there taking on three Chimera guys. So probably a supply truck just blew up below us there, I'm guessing. Have a bit of a look, get in closer. No, that is the Puma. The Puma, it came around behind the point. Okay, well, there you go. I am surprised that it came in. I thought they were doing good stuff over here. Entice, we know from Chimera's strat that Entice is always doing that around the back lines. Just want to have a look what's going on here. No, they're settled there pretty well. They've cleared out all the infantry. So Entice will be over here. That's Axis supplies dropping in. Here's Entice getting ready to put up garrisons around the back. Look at that. Look at that. So they're getting that forward sector control already at Hotel 5 there. You can see it. Now Hotel 6. I mean, this is what you've got to do. You've got to have a good continuous push on a point, an assault. I can hear a tank down here from BST2. There we go. That's 75. Ooh, artillery's on them though. Yeah. So Entice is doing that garrison setup. I think Nurko's going back there to deal with that. That artillery is absolutely owning whatever's going on down there, isn't it? That is great artillery smashing into that tank area there and clearing them up. Bit of pressure from Chimera on the point now. They've managed to move their way in. We'll just get up into a bit of a higher look here. Sipping on the coffee. Sitting in my suit on a Saturday night sipping coffee. I mean, how much I would like a rum right now. All right, and a few of the BST2 guys could probably use a rum. There's a bit of shell shock here. They've been a bit surprised by the sheer punch of the first assault in the first 13 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 13 minutes, and look at this now. We've actually got Chimera control the point. Wow, that's a rocket going off to somewhere random. Chimera control the point. They're not capturing. They don't have the cap weight at the moment because remember we've also got two sets of grid squares to capture. So this sort of sector here is the capture area. But look at the control. Look at this stuff from Chimera. They've just got people everywhere. There's absolutely nothing going on forward, is there? No. See, BST2 have got nothing going on forward. It's all defence for them. Just defence right now. And if we look over the back there, you can see Jinx and VK down the bottom, top right of screen, about the 1 o'clock position. And Butterdog there fighting in that middle area. And they've still got another spare Gary off to the 11 o'clock position as well, Chimera. So it's relentless, isn't it? It's so hard to fight against this sort of stuff. I think what happens with teams when they get attacked like this, with this massive, overwhelming rush of troops, they forget to defend areas. They kind of just go for gun on gun. And, you know, with the fire support that Chimera have had in the last few matches I've seen them do, that is difficult to do. What BST2 need to do right now to get away from defending directly on Maison de Creek, which is literally what they're doing. Something just blew up down there. Oh, nice. And I can see some shots going off there across to that 75 as well, 76. Watch the guys there where Entice and VK are. What they need to do is see where Jam is here down in front of us, like almost middle of screen. That's where BST2 need to get troops to. They need to defend there. And nice kill on Gem, although he might have just reset himself. Where Maximus is, they need to get troops over there and defend there. And then where they are actually working on, which is down here, that's where they need to defend. So that point there, this point down here, and this point over here. Once they control those areas, they no longer have to worry about defending the cap itself. They need to just consolidate their push forward from those two areas. Let's have a look up north there and see what's going on there. We've just got the Chimera guys pushing through the graveyard still. We can see some loose BST2 guys running around out there. He's probably chasing the bloody 75. Not the 75, the Panzer IV. BST2 now doing some good work here. They're clearing out those troops that are on the point. So well done there. They're gradually chopping them down. And they're chopping them down from different angles there as well. So that's starting to work for them. They're starting to bring some of that smart play back in as well. Somebody just blew up off to the top left there where Lupus is. Don't know what that is. Probably a truck. Can never really tell. There's some great artillery coming in from the Chimera guys at the moment though. And that attack around the back, let's just see where that's at. So they mark that OP. They're defending that push as well against VK. That 75's pushed out there. Is it 75 or 76? I'm going to call it right. Get across 76. Okay, you can tell by the muzzle suppressor. Just for anyone who's wondering, very quickly, see this thing, that breach there? 75 doesn't have one of them. That's the easiest way to pick it up and work out what sort of tank it is. So there, I think, would be the truck and the garrison or whatever's around the back there. And that little push is getting shut down by BST2. They've consolidated here and they're starting to close off that area there. They're closing off the point reasonably well. They've got fairly good control here, but they have lost the graveyard. So a bit of a trade there. Oh, wow. It's pretty intense, isn't it? We're 17 minutes into the battle. It's like, holy shit. All right, let's talk about BST2. While we're just, this is a lull in the battle, by the way. This is a lull in the battle, as they're doing what I suggested they probably should be doing before. They're starting to push out now. So BST2, they started participating spring seasonal 2022. So it's the second time here. So there are no slums in this. And the results so far they've had the Greyhound Cup, Spring 2021, they were eliminated in classification round. Summer 2021 by 38th Infantry Division. Fourth place at the Hell Premier League by BR1 Gaming. Second place, first in the Americas Division. The Hell at Loose Spring Seasonal by What the Hell. Reached main stage, eliminated in fourth round of MS. This time they're immersed in HCA, ECL and Spring Seasonal. And I'm looking forward to casting them later in early 2023, of course, because they are playing against Chimera again at some stage. They've got so many people that really put in for this. They've said, oh, look at this little push here now. There's a big spawn wave. I think Chimera is starting to get momentum back onto the point. Oh, no, they're getting cut down. The nice defensive work there. Nice defensive work there from BST. They've surged pretty hard. They had to. They're getting pushed from north, and that's troublesome for them. But this little push down the south here is still on, by the way. All right, so there's plenty of people in BST2 that they've said are, fairly engaged. And the commander is Fortis Leader, just so you know. And the commander here, of course, is VK tonight. There's some people that have served in defence and they're involved in the military, so that's cool to see. I always thank you for your service. They play all sorts of different games together, and they want to at least be on par with what they achieved last season, if not get better. If they improve, then obviously they've improved. The promo video, I might see if I can throw it on at the end of the stream, just so everyone can see it. And I've got to get the Chimera one out of the archives again. The Chimera guys, just going to say it now, you need to update your video. There's some pretty damn good videos out there, guys. Yours is okay. I want to see something really sexy. You've got heaps of footage to play with now from the HCA and the seasonal now. There's a bombing run in. Oh, geez, whose was that? That's a really interesting bombing run for VK. He's putting it over the back there. He's tapped that tank a little bit. He's just missed the garrison, I reckon. Let's rip around there and have a look. And for those wondering who's in the tank, Zerwar, Monoculo, and Heretic. Okay, did he pick up the garrison? He might have picked up the garrison. I think he did. Ladies and gentlemen, they've taken the garrison on the point again. Oh, that is a big artillery round, though, that just wiped out some of the Chimera guys as well. But there's plenty going on the point right now. There's Jinx around the back there having a look. We've got Caledonius up that way as well. And for those watching at home, we are now live. So good evening 30 minutes ago. This is a delayed stream, of course. And of course, fuck me, I've not changed the name from last night, have I? All right, so we'll just quickly change that. It's not called Friday Night Forts. It's called Seasonal. With a latest Helpless Seasonal stream. Now with correct name. That was a fail. That's super fast. So I fixed that now. We'll get back into the match here. Chimera really putting the pressure on them now, though. BST2, oh yeah, that's problematic for them at the moment because they've got folks around the back. That's a rocket around it. Missed. That looks like a new garrison up just there where that rocket went over. Yeah, look at that. 2 squad leaders just spawned in there. So there's a Gary there as well. Electro was trying to pick that up. Artillery's dropping in. Did he get the garrison? I think he just hit it with a rocket. Oh, that's amazing. Oh my goodness me. Look at that. That is a big smashing going on there. And now, and they are smashed again. Jeez, BST2 are in trouble here. They're getting pincered. They are absolutely getting pincered. And Crackshot, good evening. Oh, man, I fucked up the name title again. So, anyway, welcome to the chat, everybody. 30 minutes ago, of course. So you'll get this message in 30 minutes. But good to see you all if you're joining me for this match. It's been a real brutal start here and a little bit of a shell shock, I think, for BST2. But gosh, they are holding their ground, folks. They are holding their ground quite well. They are getting hammered, though, with this excellent combined arms. And we can see the point now starting to turn in Chimera's favour as those squad leaders and that infantry got stripped out there around the back there. That rocket that came in from whoever the hell it was, I can't remember now, that was a big rocket, but there's still an OP in there. Caledonius is trying to sweep around on it. We'll try and get a little bit closer to that and have a look. And we can see, look at all the plays going on here. There's just folks coming in from here. And that artillery is just absolutely wrecking ball. So whoever's on Artie tonight is on point and absolutely smashing hard. This is now, it's gone Chimera's way. They're just getting trimmed out here now. BST2 really need to run some artillery on that point straight up and get a tank in there as quick as possible. That's the only way they're going to save this cap right now. There's one over the back there. Is that a live tank or is that a busted one? I think that fella's busted. That's a busted tank, but here's one. Here's one I prepared to, but he's getting smashed. Oh, look at that. So they've tried to do it. They've tried to run a tank in to help that defense, and it's getting pinged. And that is combined arms, ladies and gentlemen. Chimera are not overextending their tanks. They've got their infantry up forward, and they've got fire support coming in from artillery and fire support coming in from tanks. And this will be a 4-1. Oh, there is a contest on at the moment. BST2 trying real hard to hold this. Absolutely trying hard to hold this. Let's have a look around and see if we can find the Chimera tank. There it is. With its little skeleton crew hanging off it there. So that's the Chimera guys trying to desperately smash anything that comes forward, and they're doing a good job of it as well. I reckon that 76 is dead down there now because it probably didn't even know where Chimera was shooting it from. And this point is gone for Chimera. There's another Panther down below us, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't even tracking that one. So I knew there was one off down to the south of the map, which is off to the right of screen right now. Didn't even see this one down below us. So 2 Panthers, always a good combo, and it's not overextending. It is amongst friendly infantry. Flax on there, he's going to try and get something on it. That Panther should be HEing something right now, surely. Here's the bombing run. BST2 are trying to bombing run, but all the Chimera guys just sucked into that building now, and there it goes, 4-1 to Chimera. BST2 in a world of hurt. Von Luck dodges the artillery there. Was it? I picked up the BST2 guys that were trying to kill that tank. Oh, that is tragic, tragic play. Those guys would be pissed. They were in close, in tight. I'm just curious to see if they threw down a satchel. I'm just going to watch that for a second as we zoom around, because the old satchel on the ground there could probably pick up that tank at that distance, and it's a sneaky little play. You know, it's the Spanish Inquisition all over again. All right, so here we go. 4-1 to Chimera at the moment. All the work to do. Let's have a look at what the map looks like right now. You can see they've pulled all their garrisons forward now. They don't have a lot of attacking garrisons up at the moment. BST2 have been working pretty hard at clearing that shit out of there, and they've done it well. But look around the back here. Shaz is around there doing the recon thing. We've got Entice in there being sneaky as Entice always is. There'll be some sort of garrison going up here shortly for sure. Someone will try and get down this part of the map from Chimera, and of course 2 Panthers. Oh geez, I don't know if BST2 are going to be able to bring this back to even parity, let alone try and win it from here. I reckon this is going to stay at least at 4-1, if not be a 5-0 for Chimera. I'm going to predict that right now. I'm just watching how this is playing out, you know, and how the Chimera guys are moving with fire support and combined arms. Look at this. Look at this right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about. That tank is behind its infantry. slamming the shit out of stuff and allowing the infantry to push forward. All right, that is combined arms warfare. That is blitzkrieg warfare. That's how the Germans did it in World War II. That's what most armed forces work out today, that you need to be able to do. And woe betide you if you're a static force. And here we've got the Chimera guys doing well there. So now that tank knows there's infantry up here. He's not going to go any further than that. He's going to start smashing down that way, down below us there. You can see the squad that just spawned in is going, oh, fuck. That is a tank. It will see them as they run across that open field area there. There's, you know, the fence. Well, hopefully it'll see them. He's missed. He's not looking well. All right, so that tank now trying to get its peak down the south there. Goose trying to help it out. Tank might be a little bit overextended. It's smashing something right in front of it. Oh, that was where there was a repair spot down there before. Okay. Interesting to see what happens with that Panther as we zoom around here. You can see Melk there racing forward. He's now an automatic rifleman. We had him dropping a really good satchel at the start of the match that cracked open the point, quite literally. Here's the tank now. That's definitely an overextended tank. I'd expect that to die in the next 2 or 3 minutes. That's my guess. If it stops in any way. If it keeps moving, it's probably going to get away with it because there's no way you can put a satchel on a moving tank like that when it's doing 4th gear. Yeah, anyway. Thanks, Mr. Chu. I enjoy looking snazzy on a Sunday night. I've got my brew. I would like to see the Chimera team play in suits one night and take photos and post that for evidence. That's all I'm saying. There it is. It's been thrown on the table. All right, you do that, and I'll give away a $100 Steam key at the end of one of these matches. Anyway, and that's on record, of course. Anyway, that Panther got tapped on the way through. He's backing off out of there now. The South Force of infantry is doing its thing. I can see another tank up north there, about 11 o'clock position, moving across. So that Panther was pretty lucky to get away with that, actually, because BST2 are no slumps. I'd just expect that their tanks aren't even near the point at the moment. They're digging in pretty deep here. And g'day, Thick Ladies. Good evening, whoever Thick Ladies is. It's the first time chatting. Nice to see you. You never know with people's names. Anyway, there's a 75 or a 76 around the back here. Probably tapped that Panzer IV. It looks like 75. It's got no muzzle on the front there. So muzzle breech rather on the front there. So I need the correct technical term for a tank's flash suppressor thing. I don't know what it's actually called. I can't remember. I probably knew it 20 years ago, but I don't know it anymore. Big hits now from that 75 as it sits back here, and it's going to be in a defensive position. You can see Panic there. He's doing the flank. He's got his guts. He's going to rip around behind that. Oh no, he's been picked off. Well done. So good defense there from BST. Lupus, of course, squad leader. So he'll be trying to get an OP in. That tank now getting tapped by the Panther. And it's going to have to get out of there. It'll get smashed in a second shot, although someone just yeah, there it goes. So where Von Luck is in the middle of the screen, that is actually a Panther tank. It's got an engineer, pet engineer, sitting on the back of it. And that Panther has whipped around and smashed that 75. So that's the end of the tank for BST. Looking at resources quickly, you can see they're chewing through them here for Chimera. So they've got their fuel down, so they've burnt up a lot of tank stuff. Just noticed it's 49.50, so BST must be down one person. Every life matters here. So that's disappointing for them. Obviously, maybe someone had a disconnect. Just looking around the back, let's see what's going on. We've got Blackjack around the back here. Coming around, we can see a bit of a fight going on. This is where the artillery is on our left, by the way. Just checking around the north area here of the artillery. There's a rocket going in on a Gary, I'm guessing, from Hula. Artillery defended north. It's getting picked off by Blackjack and whoever. Knox is a very, very, very good shot there, and you can see he's up in a tree there. I have stats from the last match and stats from other matches I could probably have put on beforehand, but I was a bit late tonight. Sorry about that. I had to start a little bit late. So it is challenging when you put it on at this time on any evening because of, putting my kids to bed and stuff like that. But I managed to get here in time and get in the suit. It was a rush. I even brewed a coffee up, so I must have had at least 4 minutes available to me before I started. All right, so the match is sort of stagnating a little bit here on the attack-defense line. BST2 rather, are not going to want to lose Rousseau, the firm, so they are setting up there quite nicely with just lots of defense coming out, way out from the point, trying to close it off. You can see they've tried to push it on the south here. The problem for them at the moment, we'll get down to ground level and we'll look at what the problem actually is. So as I come down here, look at this. So this entire paddock is wide open, which means everybody has got to attack more or less along this line when you're coming down this way. Because the moment you run across the field, you can hear the shit that's flying past us there. Bullets going everywhere. Listen to it. Listen to it. All right, there's machine guns set up. There's bloody tanks set up. Whatever this is, Panther, I'm guessing. Yeah, look at that with the repair station going in behind it. So that's not going to move anytime soon. It'll just sit there and shut down the entire BST2 attack down there. In here, plenty of open territory. So the only way you're really going to approach is the wheat field or this creek, which means for both teams, they're pushing up, you know, towards the same point. So it's just going to be a slugfest here. And look at that. There's some nice kills coming in from down the what's that, about 160. Yeah, you know, same thing though. CHMA just getting chopped down equally with BST2. So very hard to push in there, but very hard to defend as well. And BST have got to hold that line where CHMA are right now. If they don't hold that line, it gives CHMA a chance to bring their tanks up here and shelve this area here. So BST2 have got to hold that. But it's hard when you've got lots of tanks against you and your tanks just are not performing how you would like. That doesn't mean they're bad tankers. It might just mean that they're not that doing the thing they need to be doing. Up here is where you should be pushing troops. Infantry. The reason is, look at this. That is perfect approach territory for the attackers on Rousseau de Ferme, and it's also perfect push out territory to get out into that area there. And that's where I'm super surprised that I'm not seeing lots of BST2. This is your attack point out here, folks. So either they're missing out or CHMA have shut them down so well up here they've just kind of ignored it. I just don't think they need all of that stuff down there. Like, see that over in the background there? Over there, see those guys over there? I don't think they need that many defending the south of the map. They really don't. Up here, up here, up here. There's a CHMA push, and this is dangerous. And the reason is, as we zoom in again and have a look, it's a bloody wheat field, which means you can approach and you can be running here like Blackburn is, and someone could be sitting right here and Blackburn would not even see them. I've watched that before. Boom, and straight past. All right, that's how it works. And so this is quite a dangerous area, and you can see that BST2 are responding to this, but not well enough yet. And of course, there's a bloody Panther up there. Oh, they are in real trouble. And look, I'll just quickly take another look at the map because I wanted to get a quick shout out to Das Altberg, who is who I would like to call a friend of mine. He has supported me in my streaming work in the last few months from the start of the year. And, you know, I thank you for your assistance, mate. And he's jumped on our my streams a couple of times, invited of his own, you know, just to help out. Just, you know, to be there to talk to me about stuff, to tell me some of the stuff about some of the teams, which I absolutely love to do. So thank you, Das, for that support that you've given me. All right. BST are looking pretty good down the south there, but there's too many. There's too many. Here's checking this. That's a bombing run. Here we go. This is an interesting bombing run here from CHMA. We're going to watch what happens here. There's got to be a garrison somewhere in here. Is that it, just under the plane? No, I can't quite tell where the Gary is. Where is the Gary? Looking. Have they got a garrison there? Must have been in that area there, where Gotrek just shredded a few people. I just want to see if there's an actual spawn that comes in off of that. Because you watch now where that field area where I talked about just before, right there, where Entice is and Gotrek and everyone. It's literally what I was just saying. If you don't control that area, it's a perfect approach point. And look at them all swarming across that field right now. Right now, there they are. Yes, that's unfortunate for BST2 because CHMA are going to dig in like a tick. And they're going to hang on to that area up there. There's an OP in there, that's for sure. That's an OP where those guys spawned in. But I'm not seeing a garrison spawn. Not seeing it. Okay, so BST2 in a little bit of trouble there. The Alloy Axis drops coming in. What I got down here? Are these tanks live? This fella is. Okay, so he's putting fire support in. Oh, he might be able to see that area, actually. Maybe. But look how far they've been pressed back. They've been pressed right back because of how bad the tanking is. You're suffering. You know, I don't want to say bad tank. How the Allied tanks are just getting hammered by very, very good tanking from CHMA and good anti-tank as well. We saw 2 Stuarts get ripped at the start of the match. And that was lovely to see so well. Great to see everyone in chat, by the way. Lovely to see so many people. Really, really great. Oh, BST. They still push that point. Yeah, it's the same spot. CHMA have actually made it up to this area here. There's a rocket that went in and missed what they were looking for there. There's a tank in there. This is trouble. This is trouble. Not only are they throwing lots of bodies down the south there and getting pressed back, but they've given up what is effectively the northwest of Russa de Firm. Yeah, that's. Oh no! They're doing it wrong here. They're doing it wrong. They are holding. They're holding, but CHMA are just like the tide. CHMA are like evolution. It's going to happen. It's going to happen, and it just keeps coming, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Time! That's a better one. CHMA are like time. And speaking of which, we are 54 minutes to go here. So we're just cracked over 30 minutes. 36 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. 36 minutes. All right, so impressive stuff here. Big, grindy fight ahead of us here. And really good to see BST have actually shut down that north push a little bit there. Just have a look at it now. Look at CHMA though. They're all over it. So there's just people there all the time from CHMA. And it makes it hard because as anybody goes to move anywhere, they're getting shot from flanks and stuff like that. So they have to turn and deal with that threat. And what it does is it allows the CHMA team at the moment, they're just able to make ground gradually. You know, a couple of meters here, a couple of meters there. You know, 5 minutes ago, we weren't even looking at that area there. We were looking at CHMA sort of over here. And now they're here. And that's what happened. This area here, this is good work from BST. They've managed to hold off the CHMA guys fairly well there. Baz is trying to get around to do some important stuff there. And we've got a tank over the back here somewhere. Where is he? No, maybe it's an OT gun. Let's have a look. Having a look. All right. Have a bit of a look at what the map's doing right now. So, yep. Okay. Plenty of interesting going on there. Plenty of garrisons up. They've got lots of backup options. I'm going to quickly rip off and have a look at who's on artillery. It's always nice to show the artillery players. They don't get a lot of love. They get all the kills though. That's it. They've got all the love they're going to give from me. Look at this shit. There's room for more fortifications, guys. All right. Let's go across the... Oops, not wrong way. Let's go west, east instead of south. And we get across here. That's a bombing run? No, we're just following a supply thing coming in. So looking at the artillery, it looks like the artillery here, they've got 2 guns. Look at the angle they're on though. Not as much barricading going on there. They obviously haven't had as much pressure or as much stress about that. Oh, but some of their guys are doing well up there in clearing out the CHMA guys. And Dezo, I just saw that. Thank you very much for the subscribe, mate. I do appreciate it. I do recommend you check out my front page. It tells you how I work. But effectively, revenue earned on this stream just goes back to the community, and that's what I do. We are coming up on another giveaway of either a $50 or $100 Steam key in the next couple of weeks. So watch this space for that. Thank you for the sub, sir. All right, Butterdog around the back there. He'll be setting up a garrison for sure. BST is still holding... Well, they're about neutral here. They're just losing that area there where DC Jones is. CHMA have held that for quite a while at the fence line there, and they are holding that pretty strongly at the moment. So nice work. Did BST get further? No, they're still holding that south area. So that Panther has pushed in now to that hedgerow that I was talking about where BST were holding, and you can see. So 10 minutes ago, CHMA were there. And then 5 minutes ago they were there, and now they're here. And this is what's occurring. They are just grinding. They are just grinding. You know, they just grind their way forward, and they use combined arms, which is tanks and infantry together with a bit of artillery thrown in for shits and giggles. And it's working. It's working for them because you just can't stop that momentum. And someone just wrote it in chat. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's exactly right. It's not broken. It is working against every team they come across. Obviously you like the Blitzkrieg win, although it's not as enjoyable to play, to be honest, because you like that big victory where you've fought hard for the whole match, 3-2 or 2-3, and then you've won it with good play. But, you know, nothing wrong with a quick victory like what might have happened in less than 15 minutes a week ago. I was on Colonel Matthew's stream for that one. And I saw it at the start when that recon tank went up north like they did here and got around the back of the lines. I went, you know what, I think something interesting is going to happen here. And they did it. And they rolled them in 14 minutes and 40 seconds or something, or 20 seconds. Just holy shitbags. All right. And you know, for what PT is free just said, again, I agree with that completely. It fits their players. Chimera being a blend of HFKT. Oh, there goes the Panther. Was that the Panther? Oh, one dead Panther, I think. Yes, nice kill, whoever that was. I have no idea. Oh, was that Farkas? Farkas Ironside, great kill there, and he's defending that garrison down south there. Oh, no, there is a 75 or a 76 over here. There he is. So he must have thrown in some weight as well. Yeah, okay. So there were a couple of hits on that Panther from different angles. Great kill there, though, for the BST guys, should I say. And but what I was saying there, PT Free just said that, you know, it suits their playstyle. Chimera are a blend of HFKT and AIF from a while back, and they combined clans to form a guild, a big consolidated Chimera at the start of this year. And I've watched and known all of those players, a lot of those players from the two teams for 2 years. You know, watching a lot of these names are very, very familiar to me, and I've been gaming with them for a long time. I'm not part of their clan. That's how I roll. I know I've been asked to join different clans at different times. I don't, because I like to stay neutral. So, you know, I support Oceanic above others, generally speaking, but I support the game, I support the streaming, I support the community, and I really love to try and get everyone hyped up and involved in this stuff. But for Chimera, with the players they blended in, I guess HFKT were a little bit more defensive in their style, and AIF were absolutely balls out, over the hill boys, let's go. Sorry for the ladies that are in Chimera now, because it's balls out, over the hill, ladies, that's what it is. And so I think that Chimera is an aggressive team. They are an aggressive team in the way they play, and that is showing on the battlefield in their play style. So they've converted that through whatever methods they've done it. And VK is the leader of this particular group when it comes to the comp stuff. Generally, there's a couple of other commanders, but VK is the primary one. So he's shaped this around that style a lot, and it's working for them. They have a lot of aggressive, assertive players, and so you'll see folks around the back here doing the things around the back. Now, I'm not saying these guys in particular are aggressive and assertive, but I'll tell you right now, this bloke here, Entice, is literally almost always behind the enemy lines, setting up garrisons. That's his play style. They throw him at that. It's very similar to mine, actually. I love doing that. I run around and do the commander's work for them. It's all about the team. And that's what you'll see Entice and these guys do, is they'll run around, they'll be just slapping up Garys, trying to clear out enemy stuff, literally playing like a recon squad leader, and they'll be by themselves in a squad. Some of them are, or most of them are better players than I am when it comes to shooting and that, but it's about using your nous, using your brain, not so much, you know, using the rifle or the subby. So, sometimes you don't shoot because you don't want them to know you're about to take the garrison down, or you're about to set up a garrison behind or whatever. And the thing you can do as a squad leader back there is you can set up a quick OP, get someone to bounce into your squad, two people perhaps, double box with supplies, and then fuck off out of there and go back to defending somewhere. And you've got a garrison down, and you haven't let the enemy know anything because there's been no supply drop coming down. So that's the type of stuff I look to do if I was a comp player. But I'd probably also play command. I do like the old command spot. Yeah, so I think I leveled that 2 years ago. It was the first thing I leveled. There you go. Anyway, here's the Panther now. A little bit overextended there at the moment. It's getting its infantry pulled away, and smartly so, the Panther is now backing off because it knows it's overextending. They've learnt this. So yeah, there we go. And grilled chicken, disappointing that it wasn't under 30 minutes there, mate. 45 to go, folks. Just over 45 to go. So plenty going on there. Just a bit of a grindy match at the moment now for the Chimera BST guys. Kanashi's on the point there, trying to do what he can. Let's have a look up here and see what's going on up to the north. Geez, there's a lot of Chimera up there, isn't there? So where are we on the map? We're up in this area here. So they're trying a different flank because that south flank is too hard to attack or defense. Yeah, Schmitzkatzi. I'll say it right eventually. Bundy is Bundaberg rum. I consumed so much of that in my 20s and 30s that I gave up drinking. It's a very, very unique type of rum. It's not like your traditional rum that you're thinking of. It's a sugarcane rum. So yeah, very interesting. Anyway, let's not talk about Bundy because I'm thirsty now. I'm going to have a little drink while we watch Chimera sweep in from the north in that same area I was talking about before. Here's Topuak trying to get around behind him. There's some sort of light tank up there. I'm guessing something just blew up in there. Rosenkran is in the building up there trying to set something up as well. Let's see. That's just supplies, allied supplies. There's Fortis. He's out there trying to set up something on the attack. And they've got to do it, don't they? Look over there where those supplies are dropping now. Fortis is trying to set something up. We're looking sort of up this way. They've got to get some momentum forward. But I just saw the point blink. The point's blinked. The last point is blinking now. It's contested. Blinking, when I talk about blinking, I talk about the fact that it's changing red to blue sort of thing. Contested, so that we don't have to keep saying it's getting capped, it's not getting capped or whatever. It's blinking, ladies and gentlemen. That means real trouble for BST. That's Kanashi on the point there with a tank coming in from, the Panther is way forward. Dead, whatever Dead's last part of his name is racing forward to try and take that tank out. Of course, that's a satchel guy if I've ever seen one. There he goes. Kanashi's right on the point there. A little bit of pressure here for BST. And look at that sweep in from Fable, Panic and Brainless there. As they come in across that area I was talking about, they'll be able to push right into the aircraft and into the point. And I'm actually a bit surprised they're not in there already. Maybe the defence there from BST was good. Dezo's asked about how you join groups like this. I can certainly tell you that there's about 10 or 12 clans that are seeking support. If someone would like to send me the Discord link, I'll actually pop it into chat there. I will do that for Chimera in particular because we're watching their match at the moment. But I can give you a link to another group as well, and there's lots of different clans around. There's that Panther now pulling out because it's done its business. Alex is going to try and nail that, although they know he's there, of course. Nice little side shot there from the Panther. There's a rocket in the bum, and thanks for coming, Panther. Game over. Lovely kill from Alex. So good kill there. Good kill there from BST, and they've shut down the attack. And now here we go. Well, this is a little interesting because there is a Greyhound ripping out with no Panther to defend against that down south. So the AT guys are going to be busy down there as they get picked off. That's some great shooting down there. Someone's picking off all of the Chimera guys. So, yeah, look, that's a good little push. And there's a big spawn. Geez, they've got about 20 people down that part of the map. That's interesting stuff there from BST. They've only got about 5 defenders on the point at the moment. McGregor, yeah, that'll do. He's out there by himself at the moment in the front lines defending against Milk. We've got a little bit of a push up the north here still and a lot of stuff going on. So we're just going to sweep up there and have a look. Electro there shredding somebody. And you can see it's trade for trade up here in this wheat field. I just am surprised that Chimera aren't able to get into that centre point there where DZ Jones is, finding it fascinating. And BST are coming back here. This is a bit of a comeback here. That's a really good south push from them. It's just pressing Chimera back a little bit. We've got another tank up north here, and that's a 75, I'm guessing, by the speed. Yeah, absolutely, 75. Sweeping in from the north, sweeping around the back of the Chimera lines, shredding a bit of stuff. We had some attempted garrison out here from BST. I'm not sure if that went off, but there's a spawn out there, that's for sure. And Mason is not under threat yet, but it's going to be soon, I reckon. It depends on how quickly Chimera can defend this south push. They're not under the point yet. They're not able to do it. This is a nice little south push down here. So I'm just going to get down in this action because these poor bastards down here have been wearing it for quite a while. Ironside doesn't actually realise there's a garrison over there in the wheat field. If we get down behind that and have a look, he probably wouldn't be able to see this. No, that's a good placement. Yeah, I would have put the garrison here, to be honest. Just away from the fence because people stay on fences. They don't generally walk out this far. So get your garrison out in the wheat field, guys. Don't put it on over that close to the fence line because they'll find that. That's my tip for everybody. All right, there you go. Don't put anything near a fence line. Someone will always find it. Put it out in the bush. If you had an OP out here, put it out here. Putting it down there along the fence, everyone runs along that fence and takes it out. Chimera have responded reasonably well here There is a tank over the back there somewhere shooting at them. But BST2 have shut down the attacks at the moment. This is good. Good work. There's a 75, an unsupported 75 with an electrode chasing it with a satchel. That tank in trouble, but it won't get stopped. Hula Kuja puts one into it. Nice shot from Hula Kuja. Great shot at range. And he's going to do another one here as it crosses over, I reckon. He's going to... Oh, that tank's in a little bit of trouble there. It's come out of that water okay, but... Oh, someone at the back. Oh, that is an anti-tank gun from Aussie Boy. Great defensive anti-tank gun there. Just absolutely smashed it. Hula Kuja must feel absolutely ripped. Absolutely ripped. Damn. Someone's facepalming me in chat from 30 minutes ago. I have no idea what that's about, but okay. Good kill there from the anti-tank gun. Here's the push down south from the BST guys. They've gotten out there a little bit. That they are definitely out further. That's nice work from them. I don't understand this. Folks, I just don't understand this. Either set up here, where you've got at least a little bit of concealment with that bush, or get down here, where you're protected on one flank by the bush from sight, or anything but on the middle of a fence. Like as soon as anybody sees those bullets coming in and they get visibility around the corner, they're just going to one-shot him off with that. A static machine gun on a fence like that, out in the open, no good. Nice move here from Big Git. He's actually flanking the Chimera guys. Nice little flank going on there. All right, so he would have found the garrison anyway, so there it is. Oh, Das Führer! Nice shot, airborne shot. Picks him up and takes him down. Lovely work there from Das. Protects that Gary, but they know it's there now. I just don't think BST is going to be able to get to it. This is a long slugfest on this last one, isn't it? Look at this. 38 minutes to go. 38 minutes to go. This is brutal on BST. They've just been rolled right back to here, and they're hanging on for dear life. To their absolute credit, they are stopping every single thing that Chimera have thrown at them so far, and that's what you want from your team. So regardless of where this match ends up for BST, the fact that they've held on for so long and shut down everything that VK and his squad have put against them is absolute credit to them so far. So if they lose this 4-1, oh, what was that? That, ladies and gentlemen, is a Panther round the back, sweeping out the artillery. That is also a Rocketeer about to shoot a Panther in the arm. And there is a dead Greyhound as well. There's the Panther just wore it in the back. I think, did that take its engine out or transmission? Oh, he's in a bit of trouble there. He's going to wear another one. No, he's been shot. Nice save there from Pell. Oh, geez, it's messy back there. We're just going to keep an eye on that out of the corner of our eye as we watch what's going on here, as Chimera finally got in to that zone I'm talking about, but they're getting stopped. Here's a bombing run. Here's a bombing run. That's a BST bombing run. Okay. Will it go over this way? I'm interested to see where they throw this. Oh, that's a BST bombing run out. It just took out some of their own guys. It's picking up... Well, and it's got the garrison. I just saw a garrison go down. There was a garrison just in there, and it took out a garrison. Nice kill, Commander. You've BST's Commander just picked up the Gary. That's a nice little rocket there from Lone Wolf, who just got picked up after that. BST have done well here. They really have. Chimera in there fighting hard, but BST have controlled that wheat field. Ooh, big fight here, though, isn't it? Oh, good stuff. Good play from both teams. Nice, juicy stuff. All right, let's go down and have a look at how BST were going on this southern flank. Checking it out again, and Chimera still holding this flank here. They've been pushed back, though. Nicely pushed back. Is that a garrison? Nice garrison there from BST. Just in behind the tree a little bit. Das Führer, I don't know if he sees that. If he does, he'll get a rocket on there. Yeah, he's got a rocket. He's going for a rocket. No, he's looking... Did he just see it? Yes, he saw it. There it is. Das was about to rocket Farkas Ironside until he actually saw the fact that there was a garrison there. So he held off on that rocket and killed the garrison. So nice kill there. BST still holding the southern... Oh, whoosh, Ironside. I would have saved that for where that where that garrison is down here. Surely they would know about that garrison there. One of their guys ran in and found it before. Whatever his name was. Where is he? I can't see him. I know if I see it. Probably just spawning in. So, you know, that's where you want your rocket. Just pop it in there. Yeah, they didn't do that. So, anyway, Chimera's sort of a little bit of trouble down here. They are getting pressed back slowly. So BST are giving them a bit of their own medicine. Look at this here, though. This is good work. This is very, very, very good work from BST. They pushed right out. So half an hour ago, Chimera were here, and now they're not. So what's going on there? Where are the Chimera players right now? They've been pushed back so far. Here's a bombing run from Chimera, though. So this is a timely bombing run. VK's been saving this one. It'll go straight down over that area where we just saw BST push out. Chimera have been pushed back here. Well done, BST. Well done. Nice work. Really like to see a team come back like that. So that's a great little counter-offensive there that's pushed Chimera out of the point. They've still got no PL2 in there, of course. The Chimera guys are still up here. They've still got pretty good sector control, but they are currently on the back foot, Chimera. And that is the first time in just under 1 hour that we've actually seen Chimera on the back foot. Could this be a turning point? Could this be a turning point? Chimera sort of have that offensive style about them. Some may argue it's very offensive. Very, very assertive, aggressive style of gameplay about them, and they showed that in this match so far in the first hour. Now let's see what the defensive route is like, because at the moment they've pushed out, they've killed off the artillery. We'll go and check that in a minute, see if there's any left in there, if they come back. There was a panther running around. Where is it, actually? Oh, the panther's dead. Oh, nice kill, whoever did that. What are our resources looking like? Yeah, they've got... Oh, geez, they're a bit thin. They've got full set of nodes, and their VK's chewing through the resources. So he's literally throwing everything at BST here. Chimera's still on the back foot in that bottom right corner there. They're just holding their garrison there on the wheat field. And then in the middle here, they've lost ground. They've lost quite a bit of ground. But they're just countering that now quite nicely. Jam in a really good spot there to machine gun everything. I just want to get down and have a look at that. That's a very, very good spot. Because he's got the ability to just pop down in the creek if he has to. He's got lots of different angles, and he's got quite a bit of protection there to his body mass. So to be able to shoot him, you've only got just shoulders up, which you can do, but he's going to get the drop on you. And some of those areas are covered by trees for him as well. So I like that. Jam knows what he's doing. We know that, but that's great that he's demonstrating that to us right now. So, oh, that was a big kill down there. Is that AT gun still going off? Where is it? Fuck me, where is that AT gun? Oh, way back up here it was. Here it is. Look at this. Is this old mate? Sorry, I've just got that going too fast, haven't I? So he's got a little bit of a downhill there. He can shoot down. So he'd be looking for calls for fire. Jam's just been picked off, having said that. Oh, nice move there. So they knew where he was, and they've picked him off along that creek. Nice push. Garrison's still up down here. The Panthers down there defending it. So Chimera have shut down this southern attack from BST, but they've lost, Dash just wore it, they've lost 100 metres. They've lost 100 metres of ground there. So, or, 300 feet for the American viewers. So they've lost 100 metres of ground down south there. They're losing ground in the middle. This is good work here from BST. They're actually only 200 metres out from the point there. Maybe, give or take. Let's check that. Well, we're about 300 down here. Yep, and about 200 here. Yeah, nice. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye on that from BST. That's a good push. BST have won the wheat field battle. So the Great Wheat War of 2022 has been won by BST at this stage. And they're pushing out nicely from there. Those trees, they've pushed that out as well. So Chimera on the back foot up north and in the centre there. Around the back here, there's still a bit of Chimera holding off in near the artillery area. They definitely dominate BST's artillery. BST have got no artillery. That's pretty much where they're at the moment. Anyone that's trying to spawn in there, ooh, nice little spawn from Rosencrantz. They're just trying to sweep this Chimera setup out. So I'll be keen to see what he does in there. Just going to sweep across slowly here as we watch that. And you can see there's some guys down to the south there. It squeezes them in. Once you lose this centre cap sort of area, it squeezes them in. There's a recon going up by the look of that. And so they don't have a lot of spawn options there. So they must have some pretty good spawn options, BST. They've obviously got a bit of sector control down there. It's taken them a bit to set it up. Fortis has been working pretty hard, though. He would be doing all sorts of things to try and counter this relentless Chimera push. And he's done it. His team have actually done it. They've countered this at the moment. Chimera just holding their ground here, where we are. They've lost a bit of ground here, but now, I mean, they've lost about 200 or 300 metres here. They've lost about 100 or 200 up the top there, and they've lost 200 down the bottom there. So that's not bad. I mean, that's kind of World War I gains in the first 2 years of the war. So that's good work. Aussie boys off the AT gun now, so they're throwing a few more infantry down south. I think that's 2 tanks down here now as well. Yeah, look at that. Chimera saw an opportunity down here, or a problem, and they've thrown 2 Panther tanks in, as well as a bit of infantry. So either they're trying a push down there, or they've really seen that as a big threat and they've tried to just shut it down again. They're only, 300, 200 metres out from the point there as well. So they can do overwatch fire on the point from that spot. All right, you can see Milk, Lupus, Jam, a few others in this area here are just trying to clear that back out and try and push it back. BST have given up that ground in the centre, or they've lost it through deaths. Chimera just starting to push back in towards that point, but there's a big force there waiting for him this time. Well done, BST. You've done what I've wanted to. Maybe they were watching it and they've learnt that lesson. I'm not sure. Little mouthful of drinky drink there. Cheers and beers for all those watching tonight. Let's sweep across this way again and have another look-see. Look at that push. Now we're 100 metres out. Nice OP there from Riddick. Good work, good work, good work. Chimera in a bit of trouble now on Maison de Crique, and they're just getting pushed back forcefully, and that Wheatfield is the way to go, where Riddick picked up by Aussie Boy there, of course, and second, nice 2 kills from Aussie Boy. He'll probably get that OP actually and shut down the attack completely. Let's see. It's about 20 or 30 metres away along the tree line there. If you put an OP on the tree, you will likely lose it. Aussie Boy hasn't found it yet. See how Aussie Boy was walking on? There it is. That's smart play. Riddick's squad is, well, they've seen them spawn in. It's probably a little bit too close to that open area. Not a bad spawn. Now they've smoked it up. So, unfortunately, now, of course, Chimera are going to absolutely know that there's an OP in there. Lone Wolf's going to shoot the ground in frustration, which he just did, and the OP will get taken out by Electro now. And it was only because they threw smoke, really, that gave that away. I don't reckon... I reckon it might have lasted a bit longer if they didn't throw smoke on the OP. You only do that when it's in the open, and that wasn't in the open in the Wheatfield. That's just me. That's just me. It's the way I work. This 2 Panther thing down the bottom here. Oh, that hurt. Whoa, that rocket. Couple of rockets coming in. That one wasn't so good, but they've hit this tank. They've done some work down here. BST were trying to set up an AT gun that hasn't quite worked out for them. Unfortunately, Ironside not quite good there with the rockets. He's probably shooting 200 metres, and that is a hard skill to learn. Yeah, definitely challenging. So 2 Panthers set up down here with a repair station just behind him. That's useful. Recon there. He's hanging in with probably a satchel by the look of that. Let's see. Oh, he might be rockets. I don't know. Not really sure. We can probably go check him out. But I just want to watch what's going on over here on the point. There, rockets. There he is. He's put a rocket in. Now, who we got here? Oh, okay. Nice work, Chimera. Those guys, they surged. So I said they're a little bit of trouble here. VK has recognised that. He's thrown 2 squads at it. So there's about 10 players there, whereas before there was about 4. And they've swept through the field. They've taken out the BST attack. So they've shut that down. So the question's been answered, ladies and gentlemen. 5 to 10 minutes ago, I asked you whether Chimera had a defensive play, and they demonstrated that for me quite nicely. All right, I know they have one, by the way, but we want to see what they actually do, and for the purposes of entertainment, we talk about that. Bam, there it was. Well done to Chimera for shutting down that little attack. I hope the sound's good tonight, by the way. I've had so many computer problems in the last month or whatever. There was a full Windows reinstall. There's all sorts of other things going on. And this time next weekend, you will see me with a brand new Ryzen processor inside the damn thing. And some new RAM as well, actually. But I had to pay that out of my coffee money. For those that wonder how you can afford something, you give yourself a certain amount of money each pay, and that's all you're allowed to use for shiny toys. So I do that and I save my pennies, or I buy on PayPal prepay and I pay off big chunks over 4pay, pay in 4, whatever it's called. So a Ryzen processor hopefully arriving Monday with some RAM. And there's a nice little kill down the south here. I'm going to assume that was some sort of tank. Obi is sitting on the back of that tank. Who's in the tank? Let's go and have a look. Oh, just got rocked. Daniel, Kanashi and Fat Sacks. So they're in there doing their thing. Allied supplies on the point, so they're looking to either put up some garrison in there or put up some defences. Here's the 76 coming in. There's the Panther getting shot. Oh, that Panther has turned at the wrong time, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to get shot in the arse on the way out by this 76. It's racing in. Boom! Thank you for coming, Panther. You are done and dusted. Yeah, look at that. Absolutely good stuff there. And another one up north. Oh, okay. So BST now with a double tank push on the south to counter Chimera's double tank push originally. That tank there is also kaput. This is really, really interesting stuff here. We are 25 minutes out from game end lately, ladies and gentlemen. And BST are going to push down the south. They are going to push down the south. Chimera's still doing this work in here. This is where I want to see either team. I don't really care. This is what you've got to defend in here a bit. Chimera putting pressure on the point there means it draws away resources from BST. BST controlled this area nicely there. Whoever that was, oh god, the yawn just won't stop. What's fourth cap, by the way? That is, what was it? Messel the Creek. Which we will see by now. Here's a bombing run coming in. Is that? Oh, there you go. There you go. VK's looking to end this. He knows there's some stuff going on. That bombing run went across where the garrison is. Let's see if that garrison got taken out. This is critical. This is absolutely critical. There's the supply drop went in the water there. I'm wondering if they got another Gary up. Just where you need the 2 map comparison thing to see what's going on there. There's 3 squad leaders there, so they'll be able to surge some bodies back. Absolutely surge some bodies back. Just out of curiosity, one of the first matches I ever cast was this match. Here's a counter bombing run. Ooh, I'm interested to see where this goes too. Counter bombing run from BST, but this is one of the first maps I ever cast actually. And there it is. This is a bombing run through the middle. Is it picking up garrisons? He's gone for a garrison there and he's missed it. There it is. Candy Rocks is on that garrison. Shouts to Candy, fellow streamer, entertaining that she is. All right, they've missed that garrison. So he's got a sniff there was a Gary there and he's just missed it. He's just missed it. But they have surged on the point here. They saw the threat from that bombing run and they've thrown a few back. All right, we're going to swing around here a little bit faster. Heavenly around there, sort of setting up something, I guess. Probably defensive. We see Heavenly quite a bit on defensive play. She's just been picked off or reset there in one of the two. Fortis there, leading from the front, trying to clear out some stuff. Here's a strafe coming in. No, precision strike. Have a look. Is it? Yes, it is. Does it get its target? I think it did. Did it get its target? No, it killed some infantry, but it's missed the 2 tanks there. Right. So, yeah, an attempt by a VK. He did not pick up his thing, his tank, either of them. And he's got, look, there's only 290 resources, so we'll have a quick look here, see what's coming out of the point. There is 1 Panther there, and nothing else at the moment. There's a recon there they can use. What have they got in the mid? 75. Panther 4. So, they're probably not going to spawn in on tanks at the moment. Locked Gary up north there. That'll be the little push there from the leader of the BST guys. I'm really curious about what happened down the south here. There were 2 76s down here. Are they shooting at a tank that's broken? There's 2 76s there and they're playing purely defensive. And I get it. They've had to. But somewhere along the way, BST2, with 21 minutes left to go now, must push somewhere. And I thought they were going to do it down here with all the infantry and tanks they had. But they've gone nowhere. Chimera still hold this ground. this strip here has just been held by CHMA now for most of the match. BST got up here before, and then they lost it with the Panther push, and they've countered with 76s, but they've gone nowhere with it. The 76s reversing. Both of them are reversing. Are they playing for a 4-1 loss now, 20 minutes to go, or are they playing for... Oh, we could do it a few different ways here, couldn't we? We could have two tanks and some infantry, maybe a squad, maybe 2 squads, drop on the point and just stay there, and everybody else push forward. That's possible. Maybe that's what's going on, and I just haven't seen it. Who's around the back here? Well, look, there's yeah. Okay, so this is what I was looking at before. There was a locked Gary up here, Portal's up there, trying to do something. I'm guessing Road Rage and McFly aren't there for shits and giggles. They would absolutely know that somebody's up there. Okay, Rosencrantz, yeah, Blackburn's little legs. Das was the same before, by the way. Blackburn there fighting pretty hard. He's had a pretty brutal match here, Das. Poor bugger. All right, so yeah, nice kill from Portal up there. So there's a bit of a play going on up here at the moment where Portal's trying to get something happening. Road Rage there is just shredded. Well, he's come around. Roadie's usually a sniper, so that's interesting. Roadie just shredded a truck, of course, which is what you do with a machine gun. He's going to get picked up by Portal, I reckon. No, Portal hasn't seen him. Portal's probably there. They just got the OP. Saw the OP pop Road Rage got. Okay, so they're trying something up there. Good, BST, but you've got 19 minutes. You've got 19 minutes. Now, whichever way this match goes, doesn't matter. I'm going to do a little quick bit of stuff at the end of the match, just quickly showcase some stuff, show you the results board, and all sorts of things to see where people were up at first round. And my rabbits are over here eating my bloody t-shirt, by the way. I didn't leave my t-shirt alone, the little buggers. All right. Sorry, I got 2 Netherland dwarf rabbits here behind me. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going to look at some stuff after the match, but there's Road Rage and a couple of the other guys up there, Go Trick and Spherical. It's clearly seeing there's a bit of a problem up there. Enticer's up there as well, so that's they're responding to that. We're still looking at Rasa de Firm. We're still down to 18 minutes here. We've still got 2 76s, I assume, down south. I can see one definitely. Can't pick the other one. Look for it. Maybe in the back. And that is some sort of tank down here I can hear. Is it? Yes, it is. There's a Panther off to my left. Oh, look at that. Okay, I reckon that Panther's killed one of the 76s from this range. And that other one's there. So the other yeah, look at that. Marked. There they are. They're marked. The Panther now knows where they are. That is communication, folks. That is how you talk. And is that an airhead coming in? Yes, it is. Okay. CHMA are now looking to end this. They're going to try and crack this open. They're throwing down an airhead. Now, that's not always an attacking airhead. That may be a distractor. Is he putting a bombing run in? There's no bombing run. That airhead is literally on the point. No. Airhead's a dud. The guys weren't able to get in there. They don't have enough of a momentum action happening here. So, yeah, I don't know. I think VK kind of thought they might have had a bit of control around the back of the point there. They could use it. Maybe he should have put that airhead in next to Jam and Milk there, but they might have been in a different spot, or they might have been blue infantry forward and they got pushed back. So, okay, well, that happens, doesn't it? Anyway, let's get ourselves across here and have a look at what else is going on. That's a rocket going into that Panther. Did that Panther move up? Yes, it did. So still one Panther there. Now it's getting some shots in the face. Oh, it's missed. That's deadly. That's deadly. The Panther wears another one, and this is now the kill. 76 will kill it right now. Surely. Oh, no, he has failed to do so. Just ignored that completely. Oh, or he missed it. Lost sight of it, I'm guessing. They should be pushing it. They should press it. Press it now. Get your gunner on it. They know where it is. There can't only be one tank there. I would have run that other 76 up north, taking a chance. This is a good push from BST. Finally. Finally. Here we go. Eyes are on. Looking it up. Bam, that's one. That's the anti-tank gun now putting some rounds in. It just... Oh, it's turned. It's turned its barrel. And then the Panther's turned its barrel. Nobody's looking at anybody. The 76 has now got the Panther. It's smoking. Das Führer's in there. He's going to try and rocket. The Panther wears one in the face. Das is going for the satchel. He's going to satchel it. He's going to satchel it. This is going to be a satchel. Satchel's on the point. Obi's racing out. He's got a satchel as well. That 76 has a satchel on it. It's going to go over to the other 76. Oh, no. Oh, no, BST2. Do not do that. Do not do that. Do not sit together. Oh, my goodness me. This is absolutely tragic. Oh, the anti-tank gun's got it. Oh, and then 3, 2, 1. Here goes the 70. Oh boy. Oh. And that's game, ladies and gents. I'll call it right now. That loss of those 2 tanks in that terrible fashion when they had the advantage. I mean, great shots from whoever's on the AT gun. Is that unknown? Great shots from the anti-tank gun. Absolutely wrecked their attack on that Panther. Threw them all sorts of problems. Ironside there was trying his best to take it out from AT. Das is actually unlucky to not get 2 tank kills together there. The anti-tank gun was too efficient. But stolen Das. It's there, you saw it. Stolen, mate. But that'll be game for BST. They cannot come back from here. I don't believe so. Not the way they're playing, not the way Chimera's playing. Perhaps if you know it was a different team, well, we'd be looking at a different match, wouldn't we? And but Chimera have bested BST2 here in that initial push, and then through the grind, they've managed to hold their own against them and keep it pushing forward. And it's been a trade back and forth. We've still got 14 minutes left, so I shouldn't be that rude and say it's all over. But I honestly don't see this coming back with the 276s both just dying in such a way. BST won't have the resources now to spawn 2 more tanks quickly enough, large enough to be able to have such a big effect. Oh, look at that. And there's rockets from fucking everybody right now. Rockets from everybody on that poor old Stuart, which is right in there. GoTrack's even going to go in and satchel the bloody thing because it's now broken. Oh, he's just been picked off. Someone's just saved him. Well done, whoever that is. Someone saved that Stuart, which now needs to repair itself desperately. But there's a Panther. Insult to injury. The Panther is sweeping up here now. It's just going to go fucking no, Stuart. No. Oh boy, it's a bad day to be a tanker in BST's team, unfortunately. Hang on a second, I'm going to have a drink. Oh, so very, very challenging game here, isn't it? There's the tank getting shot at there with Candy Rocks lurking on the back of it. She's a bit of a lurker. Heavenly here on defense, still around the back. So where are we on the point? There we are. So VK and Tyson Heavenly, squad leaders, ready to call for, defense. So they haven't needed too much. And when they did, they surged about 10 people and they just swept through that wheat field there just to the right. And boom, look at that, Heavenly, bam. Thanks for coming. Don't come across this field. Nice defensive play from Heavenly all the time. Very, very, very good work. So, yeah, what they're doing there with squad leaders in those positions, that's why I'm not in a squad lead position if you have a quick look. There's so many squads. I've just been left in my own squad there. I'm not a squad leader because they need the option to have every squad leader they can, because that's a spawn point. Squad leader throws out an OP, that's a spawn point. And most people in the channel already know that. But it gives you agility as a commander. Another satchel. It's satchels are us at the moment. They must have been on special. Das or Obi, I'm not sure who, but probably Obi on that one, has picked up that kill on the Greyhound that was down south. And here's Panic and Das and Obi trying to take out these guys. Ironside's played very well down here, and the guys he was with, great work down south here from the BST2 guys most of the time. The infantry in particular has just had it really up against it the whole time. Fucking Panther tanks coming in. There's nothing more deadly in this game at the moment, in my honest opinion. And so, yeah, just fascinating from Grilled Chicken there, comment, yeah, both sides are getting too excited. That's exactly right, isn't it? They all got wound up about certain things there and ruined their attacks or their defences or whatever. And so it's slowed down a little bit here. There's 176 coming back into play, and he knows there's a Panther up north, and he knows he's up against it, having seen what the Panthers have done so far. So the good news, though, is that Panther up north is probably... Well, it's just getting shot at, I think. Oh, and it's just picked up a hit on that 76. I reckon that 76 is going to die. The 76 shot the... Oh, the Panthers bounced. That 76 might live to tell another tale. Oh, geez, that was close. The 76 got the first shot in, but it actually hit just to the left of Barber Neg and hit the hedgerow there, or the little... what is it? Little hillock there on the edge of the road. I don't know what the hell they're called. What the hell is this called? What is this thing where the fence is? The fence line, let's call it that, all right? Tanks just shredding people as they go in. So it shot there first, and then that tank actually, the Panther actually shot back at it. 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, we're down in the last tenths. And PH78, thank you very much for the sub, mate. I appreciate that. Don't forget to read my front page, you understand what I'm about. But technically speaking, as I always tell people when they sub, any revenue this channel earns goes back into giveaways for the channel. I'm not doing them tonight. I'm doing once every month, maybe once a month and a half. Depends on what revenue comes in. Twitch is an interesting thing. So I just feed it all back to you guys, and I always announce it and let everyone know. So usually it's either a $50 or $100 Steam key. And I also run little competitions and stuff. I've got a couple of things that I run. There's one coming up that'll go for a couple of hours. And don't believe the boring machine gun grilled into me. I am trained on machine guns, a few of them, and I know how to use a machine gun in real life, and it does translate into the game. And a few people disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. You are welcome to do that. But I am a veteran of the machine gun in the Defence Force. Hip fire. Quick Nicks. You are MVP of chat, mate. Right there. Quick Nicks is like, I'll run across the open field, hip firing that thing instead. I bow to your superior wisdom, mate. That's how you put a stream in his place when you didn't even hear me speaking. Touche, sir. Well played 30 minutes later. All right. So, machine gunners, take note. The correct way to employ a machine gun is to find the nearest open paddock, pop that baby next to your leg, and fucking run and fire. All right, down south again, the fight is still on. Look at all the dead tanks down here. Oh, that must be disappointing. That garrison is still doing pretty well. BST, look, their infantry have been able to hold their own against the Chimera players down here. The infantry have done it. When the tanks come in, though, it's definitely one-sided. The Chimera tanks have outplayed the BST tanks in every way. But that AT gun up there is a real prick too. Great spot for it. But if it's just pure infantry on infantry down here, the gameplay has been very even, and I've been quite impressed. So look for the names that have been down on the south of the map. You know, these guys from BST2 have been some of the MVPs. Everest there on the outside of the fence, I just no. Why? You put it here. And the reason you do that is so that if someone from up that way shoots at you, you hope that they actually hit the fence. Well, somebody just died behind me. Or you put it here. Or, I don't know, just not out in the front of the fucking thing. Maybe it just wouldn't let him do it. So, you know, there's that. Having a look around now, having a look at the points. 7 minutes left to go. And we are just watching the push go out. There's the 76. He's still in. He's still in the play. The Panthers got to be up the north there. Look, have a quick look at the map and see what's going on. There's a recon going over. So VK's having a look there too. There is that tank down the south there. We've got a half track on the point here. So they'll lock this down. They would have locked this down a fair while ago. You know, you will not lose Mason. That'd be VK's orders. And so they've done that. So you can defend that. I definitely, there's not enough happening up here. This is where you get around and you get in behind here and you get real dirty and behind Mason. This is what you do. When you are not able to press through a defensive line like this, which they've tried a couple of times. So half an hour ago, when they were not getting through, this is where the commander gets a truck and a couple of squad leaders and goes along there and down here. And then fucking feed in these 3 grid squares here, send squad leaders in each way, get your troops pointing in and attack. Perhaps the assault has been so vigorous on the point that BST haven't had that option, but literally 30 minutes ago, that's when your go, no-go decision point is. As a commander, you know, I said at the start of the match, they've got an hour and 28 minutes to win or lose this. And in that first hour, or just under, you know, maybe first 40, 50 minutes, things cannot be going your way, and, you know, you can sort of just set your team up and things like that. Here's a precision strike. Let's see what it hits. Oh, did it get a tank? Yes, it did. An amazing precision strike from BST2. Great shot there from the commander. Takes out the Panther down south there. So, yet again, the Panther was dominating. The infantry's dead. But BST lost their... they wiped out that Panther, so nice work. But, yeah, you know, 30-something minutes ago, as a commander, you look at it and you go, well, we've done this over and over and over now for the last half hour or so, and we've gotten nowhere. Time to change the strategy completely. So you keep your couple of squads, you stay on defence. Maybe you hold your tanks in defence for now. Rip a recon tank up north with infantry support in it and a supply truck as well. And then, you know, and that's where you run that tank up here and down this column. People don't look that far out. All right, this Chimera have not been up here really at all, except for the occasionals that we see up this way sweeping through looking for stuff. They've not been up here. Nobody goes up here. This is where the battle is, isn't it? All right, here's the back airhead on the point. Just saw that on the map, so we'll see what Chimera do here. But you change what you're doing. If it's not working, change it. Don't just go, oh, we'll do it the same way, but we'll send a tank this time. No. We'll do it the same way, but this time we'll send 2 infantry squads. No, because at this level of competition, the enemy are going to be good enough to respond to it. If you're not breaking through, then you've got to do something else. Work out what else to do. These guys have no idea there's an airhead back here. So, Hellfish has got it. He's seen it, he's called it, he's probably racing in trying to get to it. Yeah, I think you'll get to that. There's a garrison around the back too. Whose garrison's that? Oh, that's a BSC garrison right there. Okay, cool. I think he'll get this garrison, this airhead. Did he see it? Or is he just sitting? There's a bombing run coming in. Bombing run on the point or bombing run on the garrison? No, bombing run on the point. That tank shot it. Yeah, nice kill from the tank. Okay, they did see it. Well done. 76. All right. But, yeah, 30 plus minutes ago, we were at a point where what BST were doing was just waiting for a loss. They did try a little push with those tanks down south here. That did not work at all. It went woeful. There's a bit that BST should be able to take away from this match, particularly with some of the comments I've made, but also just watching it for themselves. You know, there was so much opportunity up here for flanking Chimera. Not here. This flanking area here, they're controlling that. Right? They controlled this area here at the start of the match, and then they just move up into here. That's where you want to attack from. When your attack stalls here, you've still got this to start from. This up here is open. You don't set your shit up here and run your guys down from there. You sweep around. Go deep. Go deep. When you're not winning the caps and you're defending and just holding on and you need some sort of option, send 4 players. All right? The commander, 2 squad leaders, and a fucking recon tank by itself or something. I don't know. And a supply truck. And just whip them around. It's 4 people. The other 46 will be on the defense that you're doing the whole time. Those 4 people, 3 of them or 4 of them, all should be able to build garrisons and spawn points. All right, OPs. And that's what you do. When you're in trouble, you're on the back foot, commanders take note, get 3 other people that can spawn shit, and round you go. I think you get the point. And at least put some pressure on Chimera or any other team to stop this relentless ground crunching that's going on. I mean, it's just been brutal. You know, it's a 4-1 loss to BST through very good play from Chimera, but, like, BST stopped them. They've stopped them cold here for the whole 40 minutes that we've been here, or whatever it's been. So that is a sign that they are a pretty good team, but they just didn't understand the precision strike. What's that going on? I have no idea, but it looked cool. They've shown they're a good team, but they just didn't do anything with whatever there. So, as I said a little while back, there's a Puma now coming in to throw some shit in the point. Obviously, no one's going to cap out here. But definitely a comprehensive Chimera victory there. I just, Chimera are rolling teams and they're doing really well, and it's their first time in all these comps and everything like that, and they've been practicing hard and all that sort of stuff. But right here, you can see for yourself that Chimera can be stopped from advancing, in which case, then what? What's your next move there, defending team? BST2 did not have one. They just didn't have one. I do also think that they need to look at, there's some tank action going on over there up the sort of 11 o'clock position. Tanks around the back or something there. So I think that's the Puma shooting a Graham. Sorry, Puma shooting a 75 in the arse or a 76. Yeah. Anyway, so no answer there available from the BST guys, and we'll just pop over to that main screen now. So victory there for Chimera, a 1-4 loss. I'll just turn that music off in the background there. Okay, who was going to get that one for me? There were some really good players in there, wasn't there? Oh, Das. I know he's got a high number, but Das, with that satchel that was going to pick up 2 tanks, and he just got unlucky. All right, what else are we looking at here? So I just want to show you the scoreboard here. We'll just... and while... Actually, no, shit, I forgot. We need to look at the monitors. My bad. Primary display, let's get rid of that. All right. So we just want to push out and show you the squads quickly, and the teams rather, and what they actually had. This is the way I get leveled up, by the way. I just sit here and cast all the time. Quick look, hopefully not too many have dropped. BST still there. So there's your favourite teams, favourite squads and everything like that. We'll whip down here quickly and have a look who's in what. All right, and then all the way down the bottom here a bit more. St. Pepsi, of course, was streaming on the other side, so might be interesting to go back for Chimera in particular and have a look at what he saw from his perspective. So good job there. But look, a comprehensive win there from the Chimera guys yet again. But not as quick. They fought all the way to the end of the match there, BST, and they did pretty well. All right, what I want to do, though, is bring up this little fella. As we just finished that off. So, where is it? Let's put up the scoreboard. Let's put on our little background tune. Turn off our monitors. And I just, looking at that now. So up the top here, Chimera push up to that 2-0, like 2 wins, no losses sort of section up the top there. And that's, that's them moving through there. And BST2 dropped down into the 1-1 zone, so they've still got a chance of getting up into here again. And I believe the way this works is that they then have a bit of a move through. I actually know, I was in the rules somewhere. I'll probably have to read it. So down here, of course, we can see some of the delegation groups that have gone through, and they'll be eliminated, of course. So this is the first stage. So Chimera, pretty much on second stage. That's where they go from here, I believe. That's straight in. All right. And then BST's still got a chance to go in there. And so well done to Chimera. But look, I might actually talk about that in chat after I finish streaming here, so we can have a look at this and just to see what it's all about. All right, folks, that was a pretty fun match to watch, wasn't it? All right. I enjoyed that. We'll just let this play in the background here. So, what's next? Well, we're going to go and find a person to raid shortly. I'll be doing some casts. I think I'm going to join Trauma Stu tomorrow night, but I'll probably just be a camera for him. So I'll be casting maybe next weekend. I'm not sure. Depends on what's up. There's the APAI, which is coming up shortly. I'll be casting that. I'm going to be running a little fun games night on Hell Let Loose shortly. I'm doing an interview for another game next week, so you'll see that soon. Lots on, too much on. All right, the suit's going to get worn out, isn't it? Anyway, that'll do me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm actually going to go and watch this last half hour now and chat to you in chat, and then we'll raid someone at the end, so stick around, and I will talk to you all very shortly. Lovely to see you. Thanks very much for watching. Good night and goodbye.